I'm Indy Mason, and I will be giving you guys 10 tips on how not to be nervous while acting. Okay? The first tip that you need to do is learn your lines as soon as possible, because when you do that, it would give you more confidence. Because I know for me, I'm not gonna lie, when I was acting in the beginning and learning my lines for this play I was in, like, I was learning my lines really fast, and then at the end I was like, I started to get lazy. I started to get really lazy because it's like, oh, I already know my lines. I'm not going to practice until like the last minute because, like, I'm already going to know it anyways, blah, blah, blah. But no, know your lines completely and try to know your lines as fast as you can, because that is really going to help you. And then you're not nervous about, oh, I don't know my lines and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really important. Tip number 2 is to go over your lines every day before your performance. So before you're going to perform, learn your lines. While you're upstairs in your dressing room, learn your lines. That's going to make you confident before you go on stage, because you're going to be like, okay, I practice my lines upstairs, so I get a little less stressed. That's what works for me. I always practice my lines before I ever go on stage. All the time I will always do that. And something else I did, like, I would go over my lines from my director. She would do it for most of the nights, help me with my lines and everything. Yeah, so ask your director. The thing that I did is that I would practice in my car before I'm going to my play. That would really help you. Another thing that you can do is practice your lines with the actor or actress you're going to be in a scene with before the show, and ask them, because that's also going to help. Just practice your lines with your friends, family, etc. That's what I did. I had my mom help me. Family, like, have them help. Number 3, I don't know if you can always do this, but what I did is that before I would go on a show, I would read my lines, like, my scene is next already, and I'm looking at my script. Like, I was allowed to do that. I don't know, they might not, you might not be able to do it sometimes, but that's what I did. And it helped me out so much. Like, because before I went on stage, I would freeze up. I was like, oh my God. So that really helped me, because I get really nervous before I go on stage, like super nervous. So it's like, okay, I was able to do. So if you're able to do that, do it. It will really help you. Okay, you guys, so this now is tip number 4. I feel like it's common sense, but never look at the audience, because nervous, you would get really nervous. So, like, okay, let me name an example. Like, you're gonna know the audience is right in front of you. Like, you're gonna hear them a little, but just walk on stage, just like, don't look at them. And it's bad to look at the audience anyway. It's like, anyway, it's common sense, but don't look at them, because you're gonna freak out, and then you're gonna see people's faces and stuff. Something you shouldn't want to do anyway. Don't look at the audience. Just out of sight, out of mind. That's what you should do. But yeah. Number 5. Another thing with the audience is try not to let their reactions get to you, because as me, as a beginning actress, that's something I really struggle with. Because if for like an example, okay, so one time it was my director. We all have to say a line, because we were just practicing our monologues. We all had to say a line, and everybody had to say their lines at the same time, and it threw me off, because it's like, what? Like, I can't think while everybody else is talking. So as an actor, like, you're gonna have to work hard, because me personally, if literally I can be doing a monologue, and if somebody's saying something really loud, it's like, it's just gonna throw me off. And it's important, like, don't pay attention to the audience reactions or what they have to say and stuff like that. Because for me, like, one time an audience was laughing. I was like, the audience was laughing while I was doing my scene. I was like, why are they laughing? Are they laughing at me if I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do or something like that? But no, it wasn't me, because let me tell you, because I was when I go back upstairs with one of the actresses, they was like, did you hear my dad laughing? It was one of their family members. They was like, did you hear them laughing in your scene? I was like, yeah. I heard them laughing. I was like, they was laughing at the scene. Like, it wasn't at me. It was at the scene. So that's because when that had happened, when I hear somebody laughing, I was like, oh my God, like, and important, just keep staying on task, because yeah, it's so important. And every time you get a different audience, they're gonna react differently all the time. So that's really important to know every night when you have different audience, they're gonna react different, and then they might find something funny that you while you're acting, you never thought this would be funny, or people see things differently as how you would see it in a play. So that's really important to never, like, sometimes you're just gonna get an audience, like any type of reaction, but don't pay attention to it. Chances are they're laughing at the play or reacting to something, and even if they are laughing at you, don't let that bother you. Just keep on doing it, because sometimes at the end of the day, everybody's obligated to feel however they want to feel about the play or your acting or anything. So obviously you gotta deal with it. Just keep going on. 6 is that learn as much as you can about your character and their emotions. Because when you do this, well, obviously as an actor or actress, you're supposed to do this anyway. But just learn as much as you can, and that would be really important, because you'll be able to build up emotion in when you feel really nervous during your scene, and you have all these emotions in your character, you're gonna forget that you was even nervous. You're gonna forget by doing that. So have a lot of emotion. Number 7, I kind of feel like this would go in number 6, but it still have to do with your feelings. It's like when you feel really nervous, put all of that into your emotion. Like, put that into your emotion in your character. I will feel so nervous, and it's like, oh my God, I know the audience looking at me right now. I know they're paying attention to my lines, and everything would go through my head and stuff like that. And then I would literally feel myself tensing up, getting so nervous. I was like, okay, you need to relax, and everything you're feeling right now, all this emotion of you feeling nervous, anxiety, scared, all of that, put that into your character. So while I'm speaking, as I'm speaking to who I'm saying my lines to, I'm throwing my emotion off at them. Throw it off, literally, just how you're feeling. All this, your lines come in really strong, and yes, that will really help. So yes, take your nervousness and put it into your emotions. Yes. Okay, number 8, before you get on stage, something you should do is breathing techniques and stretch. Me personally, I like to stretch. I feel like it's fun for me. And then I know some people, like, I promise you, in your backstage with people, I promise you would get this at least like one time. People doing breathing methods like, you guys know what I mean, or like you're gonna see it and be like, what is she doing? But then you're gonna know, as an actress, you see people doing all these methods and stuff like that. But no, I can't. I'm not really finna go into it, because then it'd be a lot of explaining all these breathing techniques. But I feel like if you guys are being an actress or actor, I'm pretty sure you guys have taken acting classes of how they always do breathing techniques, because that's what I had learned. We do warm-ups. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, so, or if you guys are beginners, some of you guys are beginning actresses or actors, I would search it up, breathing techniques that will help, and it can really relax you. It can relax you and help you a lot. But yeah, breathing techniques, and stretching, which works for me a lot. Stretching to stretch. Find out what works for you. Tip number 9 is don't be afraid to ask people around you what to do. What to do when you need to fight off your stage fright. Because let me list an example when I had stage fright. Oh, I got one so terrible. For example, for me is one time, it was, we didn't start, the show didn't start yet, and then boom, lights, music, we're going through rehearsal. It was tech week. Was it? The music, the lights is going with the music. That's tech week. You might call it something different, but that's it. Oh, so I'm learning my lines, and then I'm getting really freezed up because it's people around me. It's tech people. It's people, music and stuff. It's people with the props. They're sitting in an audience because it's only them at first. They're sitting in an audience, and literally everything just hit me at once, because it's the lights, it's the music, it's people in the audience now before I have my real show. And literally, like, I knew all of my lines, and literally, like, I froze up and I was like, line? Mind you, I told my director line, they was like, no, you cannot do that. This is technically, like, it's over. Like, you cannot say line. Like, mind you, I'm a beginner actor saying lines, so I'm pretty sure everybody, like, and they knew I was a beginner actor. Everybody knew. And so I'm saying line. I was like, what? I cannot say line? Like, what in the world? So it was terrible. Like, it was just so terrible, because as me, I was like, oh my God, the show's gonna come soon, and I'm already forgetting my line in front of these people, and everybody else knew their line, and I'm the only one. Oh my God, like, literally, I froze up. I was like, oh my God, and I've been learning my lines. I know all of them. I felt down, because, like, wow, like, I was like, and you know, because obviously being in a play with people, it's like, it's really teamwork. Like, we're all depending on each other. So it's like, at first I felt like I let everybody down, because it's like, what happened if I go in front of the audience, in front of everybody, and don't know my lines? Like, so embarrassing. It's just gonna be so embarrassing. And so your final days for your real show, literally put your all into all of that, like, because definitely it would help you. But as soon as I got on stage in front of a live audience, I thought I was gonna do terrible, but I did good, and I didn't freeze up on stage as I did in tech rehearsal, as I have froze up. So never be afraid. As I was saying, don't never be afraid to ask anybody. Don't feel ashamed, because you will not be the only person. I have my director, actors, actresses. All of them, like, they told me, like, it happens to everybody. It's gonna happen. Well, pray it though, but I'm praying it don't happen to you, but it happens to everybody. It really does, and it's nothing wrong. At the end of the day, we're all human. We're all gonna make mistakes, but you just gotta keep them moving. And as you and one thing as an actor, while you're doing plays, one thing you will do, sometimes you're gonna mess up. You're gonna catch on. I promise you will always catch up, but don't stop. Fine, because I actually did. I messed up a little in my. It's like teeny tiny things that the audience really can't. The audience really don't know if I mess up a teeny tiny bit, unless that, like, people don't really notice. Like, you gotta keep pushing. Just keep pushing on, and don't be afraid. It happens to everybody. So number 10 is to always stay confident in yourself, and don't worry about people judging you and stuff like that. Because you're a beginner. You might be a beginner actor or whatever. Advanced. You might be a beginner advanced. If you're watching this, if you're a beginner advanced, we all get nervous. It happens to all of us. And as a beginner actor, you're gonna get some you might hear comments about your acting and stuff like that, because I'm a beginner actor. For example, I have problems with, as an actress, is that I speak really fast. And I heard, because I have my mom because I have people that came to my show who knew my mom, and they went back and be like, oh, your daughter's in the play, oh, she's good, and then they might give her feedback. But don't take it personal. Like, you should really listen to what people have to say sometimes. If you know you're gonna know if somebody's saying something negative about your acting and stuff like that, and just let that throw it off. Just literally just throw it out the window. Like, don't pay attention, because you just have people like that who just want to say something negative and don't want to help the problem. But as me as an actor, I know I have a lot, and I'm just a beginner actress. Like, something I do really fast is that I speak really fast. And something I also have in the beginning of acting, I will speak really low. When you have to speak really loud, you have to speak loud for everybody. Obviously, for everybody is able to hear you and hear what you have to say, which is really important to get the message across. So those are some things I have problems with as an actor. And people might talk about, but most of the time, might give you a compliment or something you need to work on, and you can take it. If you can take it. It's all up to you of how you feel about it. But me, I always take it in consideration when somebody tell me about my acting. And if it's something I need to work on, I will do it. If it's something negative, I really don't pay attention to it, and I continue doing me. As an actress or actor, I feel like somebody's always going to say something negative about you. They just don't care. Like, it's just people like that, and you really can't let them get to you. Like, because I feel like at the end of the day, everybody, people are going to judge regardless. You can't pay attention to it, because at the end of the day, if this is something that you really love to do and you want to spend the rest of your life doing this, obviously you really don't have time to care about somebody who has something negative, or if it's a compliment or they want to give you some good feedback, take that. But if you know it's not feedback, don't, just, like I said, throw it out the window. Literally, just throw it out the window. But yeah, but always stay confident. Don't never doubt yourself in anything you do. Really, don't doubt yourself. Like, the play I in was called Doubt. But yeah, don't doubt yourself. That's my advice. And if you love acting like I do, like, I'm so passionate about it, and like, I hope anybody can see this video. And something as a beginner actor I'm dealing with is nervousness. Like, I would literally freeze up. So I would take, I hope somebody who is nervous, who's a nervous actor, really loves to do it but get really nervous. I hope you see this video and realize, don't let your nervousness get to you. Like, you're gonna be okay, and you're gonna be an actress. You're gonna be famous. You're gonna be a famous actress or actor. I'm gonna see you on TV. I'm gonna see you on everywhere. I'm gonna just see y'all. Hope y'all see me too. I'm gonna just see all y'all. Y'all gonna be looking so cute. But yeah, my name's Indy. Oh, like I said. But yeah, I'm ending this video. But my name's Indy. I will leave all my other social media stuff down below. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And I hope I'm able to give you guys. I hope I was able to give you guys the best advice from me, from my personal experience, and I hope you guys like it. I really hope you do. I hope I'm able to help I'm really able to help you guys out. But yeah, I do monologues. I'm finna catch up on my monologues. I know I've been busy with school. I've been busy. I just been so busy, and I want to start putting monologues back out. I really want to put monologues back out to work on my acting, because I feel like more monologues you do, the better your acting is gonna get. Oh yeah, thumbs up, subscribe, stay tuned, comment your opinions, comment or anything else you want to see me do. You guys can just hit me up, ask me any advice. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. I thank you guys so much for watching my YouTube channel. I want you guys to stay tuned, and I will be doing monologues. I will be doing monologues soon. So stay tuned, and thank you so much. Bye bye. Bye guys.